Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. When I originally sat down to make today's video, I was set on making a video about the 1975 coins. I realized shortly thereafter that I'd also have to incorporate a lot of information about the 1976 coins as well. Now the reason for that is because a lot of the coins that were made in 1975 are actually dated 1976. But before we get into the real details of 1975 and 1976, thank you very much for the support that I've been getting on my second most recent video that I published, titled Time to Cash in Your 2017 Pennies. Got a lot of views on that in just 2 days, so very happy with all the views and the comments and the likes that I've been getting on that video. We're gonna get into something very similar when we introduce these coins right here, which are the Bicentennial Quarters. A lot of people started hoarding these, similar to what they did with the 2017 pennies. Now, in case you missed the video, the real catch with the 2017 pennies is that that was the first time that the P mint mark appeared on the penny in their 225-year anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint. All right, now let's get right back into it. So here we have some 1975 coins. What you're looking at right here is a mint set from the Denver Mint. The red outline around the outside indicates that it is from the Denver Mint. If you've got a mint set that has a blue outline around it, that indicates that it is from the Philadelphia Mint. An easy way to check that is just to look for the mint marks. So there you go, you see that this has the D mint mark on it. This coin's in great shape. It's got a lot of that red coloring to it. Sometimes I mention on the video the RD designation when talking about the grading of a coin. So this one right here would be a great example of that. Now you can get these mint sets on eBay. They're selling right now for around $10 for the combination of both the Philadelphia and the Denver Mint. So that could be exciting news for you, or it could be rather disappointing. If you bought one of these back in 1975 and have been holding on to it all the way until 2018, it might be sad to realize that it's only worth $10. But if you want to add a mint set to your collection, then this would be a great opportunity to buy one of these on eBay. Now, often mint sets get confused with proof sets. So proof sets are going to look like this, real hard plastic to them. They'll have the S mint mark on them, and they'll have a shinier, glossier kind of coating to the coins inside of them. The mint sets, which you see in the background right here, just have the regular business class kind of covering to them, so they aren't going to be any shinier other than the fact that they are uncirculated if they're still in their wrapper. So I've got the 1975. Let's get into the mintages of 1975. So as far as the pennies go, there were 9.9 billion of them made. Nickels, there were 583 million. Dimes, there were 899 million made. Quarters, there were none. 50-cent pieces, there were none, and $1, there were none. But saying that there were none produced in 1975 is a little misleading, because they were actually producing a lot of them. They were all just dated the following year. And they actually started to come out officially in July of 1975. So in July, you could get these coins that were dated for the future year. So it's kind of like you are living in the future there. So I've got some Bicentennial Quarters, like kind of everyone else does. People really hoarded these once they came out, and I want to talk about the value of them. Unfortunately, yours probably isn't going to be worth more than face value. The real key separation that could really jack up the price of your coin is if your coin is fully struck. So there were 1,669,902,855 quarters between the three different mints that were officially made in 1976. So there were a lot of them, and they were producing them quite rapidly, and a lot of them are not fully struck. So what that means is I'll zoomed in as much as I could, and we'll look at the bottom of the drum, of the rim of the drum right here. You see it's not quite fully there. So it looks like it's, I'm going to try and get a little bit better focus, but it's not a full kind of image going around the bottom of it. It looks like it's a little worn out. So that will be quite common. So that's the same issue here. You can see that ridge right there should be very firm, and the details should be going around the entire outside of it. And this coin is in great shape. If you look at the obverse of it, not too many scratches to it, still very shiny, got a nice color to it. So the reverse, not many scratches as well, but it's not quite fully struck if you look at the bottom of the drum. So that's what will set it back as far as the prices go. I also want to share with you some interesting timelines that occurred for the bicentennial coins. So these coins officially started, everyone started planning these coins much earlier than 1976. So officially in August 1974, the three people that designed these coins went into the Philadelphia Mint and ceremonially struck the coins. So the first coins that were actually struck for 1976 were done so in August of 1974. The Mint then started taking orders in November of 1974. The original price was $15 for the proof, $9 for the uncirculated. So something like this right here would have cost you $9, and in 2018 it's only worth 10. So not much appreciation there. Now the Mint did later have to increase the price of the proof coins. The proof coin sets were made out of silver, some of them, so that really had to was the reason why they had to increase it. So they increased it from $15 to $20 because of the increase in the price of silver, and then they later dropped it down to $15 so they could get rid of all of the remaining sets that they had. Then so that was kind of all happening in 1974. They continued to sell those proof sets all the way through the 80s. It seemed like they could never really get rid of them. I'm not sure if they ended up selling them all or if they had to melt down some of them at the end. So the official release to the general public was July of 1975. So half a year early, you could get these coins just from going to your local bank. And then, of course, in 1977, they returned to their normal reverse for the bicentennial coins. Now, as you can imagine, the quarters mintage in 1977 dropped off quite a bit. So in 1976, there were 1.6 billion of them produced. The following year, any guesses? There were just 303 million of them made. So dropped off from 1.6 billion to 303 million. All right, everyone, that's all I've got for today. If you're into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on this channel. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy.